Hello everybody, in today's video what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be starting a brand new sketchbook, and this is to go along with my art journey that I'm doing here on YouTube. I wanted to start fresh with my art journey, so I thought starting off with a brand new sketchbook that I have somewhere nice and easy to reference as we go along with my art journey on YouTube to follow along with, so I've got somewhere nice and easy to store a lot of my artwork and have somewhere quickly to reference to see how far we've come in a year or so when we want to look back at what we've done over this time and how much I've improved over the time. That was the best way I could have somewhere I've got nice and easy to get everything all in one place, at least as much as possible. I'm not going to be doing everything entirely in the sketchbook that I do on YouTube. I'm also going to do digital drawing as well as just canvas painting, some other types of drawings that may require just a different bit of paper, but I at least want to keep all my sketches that I do over this time in sort of one rough place, and I think this sketchbook is going to be the place to do that. And this sketchbook was quite good. I picked it up for $5 and I thought that was great. Nice, cheap and easy to start off my new art journey, and it's a great size. It's got actually a bunch of good features to use while I'm sketching, places to keep track of, a place to hold a pen, so I thought that was pretty good for a sketchbook for $5. So let's get into drawing the very first page. So one thing I noticed that since I watched quite a few art YouTubers and that on channel, whenever they start a new sketchbook, they like to do the first page of something sort of special or have an indicator on there of when you started the sketchbook. So whenever you go to look at it sometime way down the line in the past somewhere, you have an idea of where you started, what time you did the sketchbook, and well, it's having this nice sort of interesting looking page at the start to like welcome you sort of to the sketchbook. And I thought that was a really interesting idea. I've never done that before. I'm sure when I start a sketchbook I usually just draw a picture in it, maybe something a little bit flashier than I usually do, although I haven't done many sketchbooks. But I thought that was quite a cool idea that these artists do, and gives you something to look back on and sort of gives you something to remember as you look back on the thing. So I decided I wanted to make the first page of this sketchbook here something interesting for me to look back on and also have on there when I started the sketchbook, so I know and I can look back and reference it in the past. And I thought that was a really cool idea. So what I decided to do is, one thing I do like to draw is dragons. Now, you know, me being into fantasy and all that, I always loved drawing dragons and dinosaurs since I was a kid. Not great at doing it, but I still love doing it anyway. So I thought, hey, since it's also Year of the Dragon as well in the Chinese zodiac, I thought, hey, let's make this a dragon page. And it's the Year of the Dragon, so and it's 2024, so let's do it. Year of the Dragon sort of page. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw two dragons here, a western sort of style dragon and an eastern style sort of dragon on the page, sort of looking like they're going to stare each other down, and have that as my entrance to my sketchbook. Okay, so now I have the sketch laid out, and now I'm going to come in and give it a definition with our pen here. Now this here is a brush pen. I've never used a brush pen before. I brought it when I was going out and buying the sketchbook, and I thought, hey, I've never used a brush pen before, I'll see what they're like, I'll try it out. And maybe it wasn't the right idea to try it on this first page of the sketchbook, but I thought, hey, I'm starting my art journey all over again and documenting it and trying to improve and do that. It's to also try out new tools and stuff that I haven't tried out before. So I thought, hey, let's go for it, give it a try. How bad can I be at it? Which we'll see here as I'm going in and marking all of the edges around and setting in my sketch to its final form before I start colouring it in for my sketch. So one thing I did notice actually while using the brush pen is I did actually quite enjoy it. It's quite interesting. Now I do painting quite a bit with my miniatures. I do miniature painting, so the brush isn't actually that scary to me. I definitely see how it could be a little bit intimidating if you've never used a brush before and you just think it's an ordinary sort of ink pen. So that could be a little bit scary. You could easily mess up a little bit. I mean, I mess up a little bit here and there, knowing exactly the right pressure and stuff to do. But one thing that is really cool with a brush pen that I noticed while using this is you can get nice and quickly get nice and different thicknesses of the pen as you're going around, which is really cool. very much sort of mimics like how when you're drawing on a tablet or a computer and you get those different line weights as you're going along. So I think that's a really cool way to get that here in a pen. And all I'm going to do is come in and mark it and finalize everything I want, changing something slightly up that I'm not happy with. I'm going, maybe actually doing a few mistakes here, but we'll see how it goes and we'll get all this lined in. Okay, so now we've got that line art all done. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to colour everything in for our page of our sketchbook. And one thing that I didn't realise I had not done too often is drawing Eastern dragons very often now. The one on the bottom, the Western style dragon, I draw those types of looking dragons all the time. So I'm very familiar with those types of, at least the way I draw it, dragons and shapes and stuff. So that was nice and easy for me to draw. But the Eastern style dragon, I have very rarely tried to draw one. So I actually had to look up a couple of pictures of how they sort of look now. This is my approximation of it. It's not great by any stretch, but I'm reasonably happy with how it came out, especially since I think I've only drawn maybe 3 or 4 of them in the past. So that's something interesting that I didn't really think about too often, is that I'm stuck so far into my comfort zone. The one on the bottom, I knew what I was doing basically before I even put the pen to the pencil and pen to the page, whereas this one I actually had to think about. So that was quite cool, was I actually had to sort of think about it, how would I interpret it, that sort of thing. So that's one thing that I definitely will be interested in doing with as we go through in my art journey, is picking up those skills and learning how to be more skilled at how I want to see things in my head and draw them on the page. But also building up those different skills and drawing different things, like the fuzzy sort of mane and hair. I don't very often draw that at all, so that was interesting to try and see how I would do that. So drawing interesting and cool new things is going to be a nice fun thing to do on this art journey of mine. So now we've coloured in that Eastern dragon. Now I'm going to come in and colour in the Western style dragon, the one that I'm very comfortable and familiar with drawing. Now I don't often, like I said, colour my drawings at all. Very rarely do I do that, so I was trying to think of a colour that I would do for this dragon, and I sort of used like the colour palette there for our Eastern dragon, sort of like what I would say like my approximation of Shenron from Dragon Ball Z, the dragon in that. And this one here, I wasn't sure what I was really going to do, and I thought, hey, let's go with colours that I very rarely use, and I decided I want to go with a purple dragon. maybe even more like a Barney style dragon, just looking back on it now as I'm doing this. But I thought, I was thinking of maybe doing a red background, so that was why I was like, I don't want to do a red dragon. If I do a red dragon with a red background, it's going to look sort of silly and mushed together, especially since I don't have the skills to sort of separate them out at this point in time with using coloured pencils and stuff like that. So I wanted to go with a different colour, as well as also have an opposite colour to our dragon on top here. So I thought, hey, purple is great, they're complementary colours with that, so that might work out well, hopefully, in the sort of composition of them staring each other down, giving them the opposite sort of colour palette. So that's why I went with the purple here. I'm quite happy I did go with the purple here, with sort of some pink highlights. Interesting colour, definitely something I don't usually do, but I thought, hey, I was already going bold with using our brush pen just before, so let's keep going with this and keep trying out new things as I'm going on this art journey. So one thing that I was saying just before, that I wanted to try out new things and being interested in that, I tried out new colours, and I said I was going to do sort of a red style background. And one thing I noticed when I was actually colouring in the background here going through is that I actually noticed that this colouring in pencil is a watercolour pencil. So I'd never actually noticed that before. Like I didn't even realise I had these. Now these coloured pencils, a lot of the art supplies I use, I've had since I was at school, since I was very, very young. So these colouring in pencils are probably about 20 years old at this point, and somewhere along the way I got a watercolouring in pencil, probably mum or dad or something might have brought them for me many years ago, thinking they were colouring in pencils, and turns out it's a watercolour pencil, so that was interesting. So I thought, hey, I have no idea how to use this. I don't know how it's going to work, but I'm going to give it a try anyway. While I'm already trying out the new things like the brush pen and going with some different colours, I thought, why not? So please tell me if I'm doing this wrong. I have no idea how you're supposed to use these things. Like I said, they're in a pencil case that I've had for over 20 years at this point. In there I've got a couple more that I found out while actually looking at this one, as I think I've got about 10 or so of them, maybe a little bit more or less. But what I decided to do is I just decided to place the colour down as if I was using an ordinary coloured pencil, and then over top I just grabbed a brush and slowly started putting it on, sort of trying to blend it together on the page. I don't know if that's how you're supposed to use them, or if you're supposed to do a really sort of dark area, then place the water on there, or go in with water on top and then draw over top of it with a wet page. I was a little hesitant to do that because I didn't want to ruin this entire page. I don't know how this sketchbook works out with watercolors and things like that, so I want to be a little bit sparing on that. I didn't want to wreck the very first page while starting this YouTube video, so I thought I'll play it safe. I'll do it as if I was coloring in the background just with the red, and then I'll just try and see if it'll blend together with the watercolors. But if you guys have any idea of how watercolor pencils work, that'd be interesting to know, and you can leave that down in the comments. It would be very interested in hearing how you use these things properly, or maybe I should look around online and see if I can do something in the future, maybe in another drawing with them. But I'm really happy with how the whole piece came out. I'm a little bit hesitant on how the background and everything came out, but that's what I'll get with time and practice, and that's exactly why I'm doing this whole art journey, is to get better at art itself. Okay, so now for the finishing touch on the sketchbook, and that is I'm going to be writing down the month and the year that I started this sketchbook, and this here is going to hold me accountable for what I've done in the sketchbook over the time. Now, this is something I've never ever done in a sketchbook before, which I sort of wish I have done before. That would be really cool if I had done this in the past. That way I have a real good idea of when and where I was at with my art journey at those points in time of history. Now I've just got to sort of go off my memory. Now that I'm getting old, it's getting harder to remember when I drew certain things. So this is actually a really cool idea. I got this idea from art YouTubers. They do these fancy first pages of the sketchbook. They write down the year they started, sometimes the exact date, sometimes it's just the rough year. But I decided to put the month and the year, and I want to come back to this drawing sometime around next year to see how much I've actually put in, and that's going to scare me into actually trying to put drawings into the sketchbook. So that's what this whole art journey is about, is trying to improve myself and not being so lazy as I have done with all my past years, and get on it just like I have with my miniature painting. I really enjoy where I am at with my miniature painting, and that was done through hard work on putting my videos out on YouTube, which was scary for me, but it forced me to keep at it, and that's exactly what this art journey is to me as well. So I'd like to thank you all for watching, and I can't wait to see you all in the next video.